Hi there, my name is Aaron and this is the Soundcore Liberty 4. And whether you're familiar with the Soundcore brand or not, you can pretty much historically expect the Liberty series to throw it down in terms of sound quality and features without having to necessarily sell your kidney to own one. Now the question is though, how much does the 4 improve on the previous gen, or have they dropped the ball this time around? I'm excited about this review, I hope you are too. Let's get this. Let's check out some high-level specs of the Liberty 4. It retails for $150 and it comes with active noise cancellation, transparency, multi-point as well as mono modes. There's also wear detection, and this thing has Bluetooth 5.3 with SBC, AAC as well as LDAC support. If you're looking for aptX, you can pretty much forget about it. There's also a dual driver system per side. They call it the ACAA coaxial acoustic system. And there's also spatial 360 audio now, done in the app. And there's a heart rate sensor built into each earbud, so you can take this on a run and it can track your heart rate. There's 3 mics per side, and battery life is rated at around, from the factory, 7 hours, but during my time with it, I got around 6.4 hours with ANC on, and with LDAC on, that dropped down to 4.2 hours. And if you like to see more details and up-close shots and also how the app works and everything with these earbuds, check out my unboxing video up above. We're outside doing the Bluetooth range test again, and it just finished raining, and I hope it doesn't come back to ruin things around here. But I'll tell you what, Justin Timberlake doing What Comes Around Goes Around sounds really good on these. I have the phone at the end of my deck. It's running Deezer and high fidelity, and I'm gonna walk these earbuds that have Bluetooth 5.3, by the way, from the back of my house towards the side here, and then see how far we'll go until we get connection issues. So 5.3 should last around 35 feet. So that's the phone over there. Where I'm standing is around 25, and it's still going really strong. How you guys doing? It's a really nice day. I really like it. It's nice and cool, 60 degrees. Oh, I just got a drop right there. So yeah, it's right on spec, around 35 feet. Not too bad at all. But I'm gonna keep walking. Right now there's no music playing at all. This is kind of weird. Really weak, actually. You can see how these fit in my ears, by the way, guys. You know, stem style. They poke out of the ears like this. It's nice and light, as I mentioned earlier, or even in the unboxing. The weight distribution on these really pretty spot on, combined with the new ear tips. Yeah, I'm back in range. I'm not getting anything. Let me see if it's connected. Come on. Yeah, nothing. So, oh, there you go. It reconnected finally. That took a while. It's not even in LDAC mode, so this is kind of an unusual thing for Soundcore. I'm going to take these on a run, short run around the backyard here. And you can see part of the mess in the back there. Getting ready for winter before the snow comes and all that such. Just button everything down. These stay really stable in my ears. There's a slight wobble due to the pounding on my feet. So if you take these running, if you're not running too hard, it should be okay. And if you're in the gym, if you're not hitting the treadmill a lot, just doing weights, perfectly fine. You know, it's the perfect time to test the mics on these right now because the roads are wet. And as cars pass through right now, you can hear the tires cause a lot of, it pushes the algorithm to its max, and you can hear it start breaking up. Even though you can still hear my voice, but the background just like, it's like really bad static in it. But my intonation is good, the bass is there. I like Soundcores lately where, you know, the voice is nice and deep and really nice to listen to. I noticed a little bit of wind as I was testing these another time. There was slight wind. And I was just walking at a regular pace, barely anything coming through. I could hear the mics pick it up in the recording. I'm not sure if you can pick it up even as I walk right now. You might hear, if you're listening to these with headphones, you probably can hear it. But not bad. Here comes another car. Testing. 1, 2, 3. How does that sound? Testing. 1, 2, 3. Let's talk about the positives real quick. Noise cancellation on the Liberty 4 is audibly better than, say, the Liberty 3 Pro as well as the Live P3, which shared the same tech as well as roughly the same setup back in 2021. Compared to the new Q45 and also the A40, and I know it's not a fair comparison here, all three perform pretty close, and only because the Liberty 4 has a different ear tip design, the Q45 doesn't allow external noises from entering your ear because it covers your penis. It's plural for pena, the external part of your ear. Get your dirty mind a gutter, dang it. And also because the A40 has the older ear tip, which I personally prefer. Okay, other side notes about noise control. The passive seal is good enough that you probably don't have to bother activating noise cancellation in mildly noisy environments. And also that's a good thing for saving battery. Pass-through mode, on the other hand, is a step backward from the previous gen. And sure, it pulls in more information, but in an unpleasant lion roar sort of way. It's really loud when you switch to it. Like for example, if you happen to be standing in Penn Station during rush hour with noise cancellation on or off, here's a little PSA. Do not, for whatever reason, switch to pass-through mode, because before you know it, you'll be having an appointment with your audiologist. You're like, I can't hear anything. What? These may not be the Pixel Buds Pro, but the Liberty 4 has the second fastest control response time on the planet behind the Google. Basically, you think it and it happens. The heart rate and gyro sensors and the whole fitness tracker thing feels and probably is gimmicky, but I'll tell you a little secret, guys. I like it here. Yes, I do. And maybe this has to do with the light-handed marketing behind the whole feature. They don't talk about it very much. They don't try to cram it down your throat. Plus, it also actually seems to work pretty well, and more importantly, cohesively between the app as well as the device. Yeah, we finally have some crossover between health and entertainment that works. You play your tunes, you go for your run, and it tracks your heart rate, your stress, your calories, and even your pace. And by the way, the heart rate sensor on this thing is actually pretty good. It's within like 4 to 6 BPM compared to manual testing. And also the built-in workouts and the customization tools are basic, and there's also no GPS for what it's worth. Now, one more thing. Do yourself a favor, guys. When you use this workout tracker app thing, turn voice guidance off, because the voice samples and intonation, oh my goodness, it's really bad. It's like a Chinese person trying really hard to speak English. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, Soundcore. Yeah, I'll bet you didn't expect sound quality to be right here, right? In the neutral territory of all places. And a Soundcore, for crying out loud? When has that ever happened? But here we are. I have my reservations. I'll explain why in a second. But first, let's get into the positive bits. The audio tuning, it leans towards technical detail. This iteration of ACAA is composed and also quite an all-rounder. Bass drag is also particularly impressive, guys. Like when I pull up Nothing As It Seems by Pearl Jam, the beginning part right there. It's not only clear, but also authoritative and controlled. The 4 is also a willing partner in other genres, like for example, jazz. The imaging, if I'm using a binaural sample, is pleasing. High BPM songs like dance. The drivers are playful and flexible enough to keep up with the pace, maybe giving up the ghost like at 90% volume. And that's the extent of the good parts. So the negatives, I do wish this had the warmth of the L2P and L3P to give things like timbre a little bit more substance and draw you into the song. The coaxial drivers on these, they cause higher notes from women's voices or string instruments, particularly those with a lot of reverb, to have a tendency to sound peaky even at a low 60% volume. That's really bad. And that's why I'm putting the SQ in the neutral territory, because I know some of you may like this new tuning, but personally, I think it's a significant step back, particularly when you consider the price. Yeah, I really do miss the balanced armature on the older models. If you go back and watch the unboxing, I was basically showering praises on the control scheme, saying things like the on-stem button is easy to activate, it's like an AirPods Pro, yada yada yada. That is until I had to readjust the earbuds in my ears for the first time, and then I realized I hate the controls. Yeah. The button panel is too sensitive and too high up the stem that anytime I want to fiddle with them or even take them off like this, it launches a command, like it just did right now, it launches a command every single time. I mean, there are workarounds like gripping it right up here where the driver meets the stem, or you can pinch it at the top with your index and then down here with your thumb, but you shouldn't have to, right? And also forget about using these in the winter, because ideally buttons are meant for gloves, but not in this case. Some of you have already called it on this next one, so I'm just here to help validate your virtual bets. The Spatial 360 feature, at least in this first version, is a dud. The processing done through the app is just, let's face it, not true 360 reality audio, especially once you've experienced the real one. You just can't go back. Because ideally, a properly recorded and produced file keeps front, left, right, rear, up and down all separate, so as your head tracks, those channels stay put in their virtual spaces. The way Soundcore does it is it rotates the source audio as a whole around your head. So for example, if I have a front, left, right file playing, when I turn my head left, I don't hear the left channel in front of me and the right channel behind me, and so on and so forth. The 4 instead has all the channels mostly on my right with some bleeding to the left and rear, I guess, and that's about it. This new pill-shaped sound port looks amazing with splashes of gold and transparent plastics, except we have a problem, Houston. Soundcore decided to split that port into 2 exit grills, and so imagine what happens when your gunk or dirt gets trapped into the corners right here. I can imagine people trying to stick needles or toothpicks in there. It's just a poor design. It kinda sucks to have to say this, but the Liberty 4 just doesn't do it for me this time. Sure, it sounds good, has better ANC, has built-in basic health functions now, the size and weight distribution is spot on, all without hurting battery life. Yeah, those are probably good enough reasons for many of you to plunk your money down right now for one of these. The links are down below, by the way. But unfortunately, the negatives are just too strong to ignore, personally anyway. The sound and mic quality don't improve over the previous gen, let alone the newer, much cheaper A40. Pass-through mode, oh my goodness, this thing is so heavy-handed, not to mention some of the major design faux pas that I brought up earlier. In my mind, Soundcore totally needs to redeem themselves with the upcoming 4 Pro or Plus model or whatever they want to call it. Otherwise, yeah, all hope is lost and I don't know what to say here. So don't buy this if you don't mind waiting for the 4 Pro and see what happens there. And if you have to get something new right now that's good from Soundcore, well, there's the Live P3, the Liberty 2 Pro, Liberty 3 Pro, Air 2 Pro that are all cheaper than ever before. So with all that said, I'm giving the Soundcore Liberty 4 a GearUP score of 7.9 out of 10, and this is how I broke it down to get to the final score. If you have any questions about how I got there, feel free to comment down below. Oh man, I'm so tired. I've been filming for 3.5 hours. You can probably hear it in my voice, it's cracking up. I have no idea why I couldn't talk today. I just did take after take. I'm checking out. But in the meantime, remember to thumbs up if you like this video. Show your support, guys. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and share this with your friends and family. Get me to 50,000 subs. If you haven't noticed, my numbers are really low. So get me there. We're far behind, but I have confidence that you can help me out. And also visit me on my Patreon page as well as the super thanks button down below. These are 2 ways that you can financially help out this channel to get me more stuff to review as well. And also, remember to do something loving and kind for somebody in this world, guys, because guess what? The world needs it more than ever, and it starts with you. Yeah, I know, right? Peace out, God bless, and I love y'all very much.